And welcome back, folks, for race 3 on the card here tonight. This is going to be the sport car race. It'll have the 5 racers: Jason, John, Jim, Bryce, and Tim, as we're inside Grid Lounge here. It's downtown Cedar Falls, Iowa. We're on week 3 of an 8-week series here. This is the GT3 Series 2025. We're here every Tuesday night, and we are at Virginia International Speedway here on this 17-turn course. As we have about 15 seconds left here, I tell you what, Jason, I'm looking forward to see how you and John do here. John's got the best of you 2 weeks in a row, but you led a lot of the laps both weeks. So we'll see how this race turns out here as we have the green flag and we are off in this 25-minute race. We're looking at Jason's hood here as he goes into turn 1. And he will have first place. Reminder,
Oh, John gets off the track there.
John got a little loose there as they head into the NASCAR bend. Jason led a lot of laps in the first 2 weeks, but was unable to get first in either of those, finishing second behind John both times. Take a look inside Bryce's car here as he's in fourth. All 5 racers still very close as they head through the snake curves. Bryce right on the tail of Jim as they head towards the Oak Tree turn. Coming in on turn 11, leaving on turn 12. Very tricky turn here as we've seen several people wipe out. As we take a look at all 5 racers, make the turn clean, it looks like, as they head into the back straightaway of lap 1.
So far, we got a pretty tight race.
Yep, very tight. All 5 racers are right in line with each other. If anybody wipes out or anything like that, everybody is going to be there to capitalize. As we head down the roller coaster here with Jason in first, Jonathan in second, Jim in third, Bryce in fourth, and Tim in fifth. I believe Tim is new this week, Jason, is he not?
Yeah, I believe you're right, Pete. Yep, first time I've seen him race, and he's holding it strong back there in fifth.
Yeah, he's right behind everybody, so he still is very much in it here. As we head into lap 2, with everybody still very close as they head into turn 1 here. Taking a look at Bryce in fourth, he's right behind Jim, and Tim is right behind him. So everybody's still very close as Jason will head into the NASCAR bend towards the snake. Oh,
Oh,
we have a
big
big wreck.
wreck.
Big wreck, Jason. I didn't quite see that. I was looking up at the track there on the
Gosh, yeah,
top
looks like
right.
John moves back to fifth.
John goes all the way back to fifth. What did you see there? I missed it.
I missed it as well. I'm not sure. I'm guessing Bryce must have been involved. Maybe he was making a move. I could be totally wrong. I missed it, Pete.
Tim goes from fifth to second. All of a sudden, Jim in third. Oh, then we have. I think John got way loose right there and went off the track. John gets way loose right there and goes off the track as he will move further back in fifth now. As Jason's in first, Tim's in second, Jim's in third, Bryce in fourth, John in fifth. We've had a lot of action, folks, and we're not even 5 minutes into the race yet. Second, third, fourth, all very close to each other as Jason is kind of widening that gap. Took advantage of that spill. Still not quite sure what happened, but major wreck. Looking at Bryce here as he's in fourth, as it looks like Jim will
Jim
pass
makes a move.
Tim there. Yep, Jim makes a solid move on the inside. Saw that one. So he'll move into second. He'll look to catch Jason here. Jason with a 151. We have a 154, 153. So Jason much quicker than second, third, and fourth there. as I think John might be in the pits, Jason. Looks like John made his way into the pits, so he'll move even further back here. As it will now look like a 4-car race as they head into the snake curves here. Second, third, and fourth, very, very tight. As Jim, Tim, and Bryce here trying to catch Jason, as it looks like he has widened his lead even more. He was 2.5 seconds better than Jim in the last lap. We'll see how much of a lead he can make for himself here on lap 3, as we have 20 minutes left in this 25-minute race as Jason moves down the back straightaway. We got scattered clouds here with an air temp of 26 degrees Celsius, tarmac 36 degrees Celsius. We're inside the grid lounge here in Cedar Falls, Iowa. This is week 3 of an 8-week series here. As Jason moves past the roller coaster into turn 17, the last turn of this race. John is now out of the pits. John's out of the pits. He's going to be way back here, unfortunately, as Jason heads towards the starting line with a 149.376. So the fastest out of the sport cars here.
Pete, we might have just lost Bryce there. It looks like he got a little loose there back on the corner.
Bryce gets a little loose, so he'll move further back into fourth. He was right with Tim and Jim, but now he moves back in further into fourth place as Jason again runs about 2 seconds quicker.
Well, we got a battle here between Tim and Jim.
Really? Oh, we got a little contact as they're going too wide into the snake curves here.
Wow, what a race.
Tim will repass Jim for a second. So Tim passes Jim again, and they will keep this battle going. We still have 18 minutes, 30 seconds left, so a lot of time here for these guys to battle it out as they'll look to catch Jason here now past the oak tree turn, moving into the back straightaway here. Jason's in first, Tim now in second, Jim in third, Bryce in fourth, and John way back into fifth. As Jason heads into the roller coaster here, and down the roller coaster he'll go. He's got a decent lead right now, but we have seen what can happen with cars in this race. A lot of hard curves, a lot of tight turns.
Tim is off the track.
Tim is off the track, and now he will move back into fourth, it looks like, as Jason with a 148. Jason with a 148. Fastest sport car lap of the night so far as he moves into the NASCAR bend with a very significant lead. Jim is in second. Tim going off of the track there gets it, and he'll still be third with Bryce in fourth and John far, far back in fifth here. As Jason heads down the snake curves, he'll head towards the oak tree as we are on lap 5. Taking a look here at Bryce, he'll try to catch third place. Now we're looking at Jim here. He's in second. Pretty far back right now from Jason, but you never know. One spill and anybody can take advantage as Jason will head down the backstretch as Jim heads into the oak tree. Very clean there, and he'll head into the backstretch. Jason's still in first. He's been there all race long, right from the beginning. He'll look to maintain that as he heads down the roller coaster. You take a look at Tim here, back in third. He'll look to make very big moves here as he'll try to catch Jim. Bryce right behind Tim as they head towards the roller coaster. Jason, let's see what he posts here. 149.925, so not as fast as lap, but still very, very quick, as most of these other races are posting 152s or 151s. As he'll head into the NASCAR bend as Jim gets across the finish line with a 152.431. So again, Jason gains more ground. He'll look to continue that, and he'll look to catch John here as they're both in the snake curves. Taking a look at here at Jim, he's in second. Tim's in third. Bryce is in fourth. John way back there in fifth. As we take a look now at John here, moving towards the oak tree. He'll look just to probably race hard. He's probably out of it at this point, but you still want to race strong. Hope for a miracle if you're him, and finish the race well, as Jason now will head into the oak tree. And he has a big lead here, headed down the backstretch. Jim now headed into the oak tree turn. He'll want to make a move here, try to start gaining. There's still a lot of time left, but he's probably got to hope for a mess up. Maybe John and Jason get into it a little bit. As Jason will head past the 17th and final turn into the front straightaway and towards the starting line with 14 minutes left of this 25-minute race. We're here at Virginia International Speedway. We're on race 3 of race 5 of the night. This is the Sport Car Series. As we take a look at John here, back in 5th still. Now we'll take a look at Jim here. He's in 2nd. He's got a lot of distance between 1st and a pretty good amount of distance between 3rd. He's by himself as he heads into turn 1. Jason hits the snake curves as he moves in closer to John. Reminder, John won the first 2 weeks, so John has been in first place a lot and just had a tough one. Got hooked onto something earlier. We're not sure if someone bumped him or he was just collateral damage, but he moved from 2nd to 5th and had to go to the pits, and he's just been way back ever since. Jason goes past the oak tree here. He's into the back straightaway. As we take a look here at John, back in 5th. Tim now in 3rd. He'll look to make a move on Jim as Jason heads towards the roller coaster, looking to gain on John. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th now have gotten closer as these guys head into the backstretch. We're over halfway done. We're on lap 7 here. Jason headed into the front straightaway. Pretty good distance still between him and Jim. Second and third now is getting closer and closer as Tim will look to make a move on Jim. He still has plenty of time, just under 12 minutes left, so no need to rush anything. As Jason now is catching John as they head past the NASCAR bend. Jason with a 149, Jim with a 151. Tim posts a 148.541, so Tim with a very good lap there. Wow, what a fast lap by Tim. He's in 3rd, but he's trying to make his way closer to 2nd. It looks like he is doing so as they head past the NASCAR bend. So now Jason has caught John. He's looking to pass him here as they head towards the oak tree. Jason, when you're in this situation and you're on the lead lap, you've caught a car Are you hoping that he lets you pass him and move on, or do you expect him to still race hard and make you work for it?
You know, to be honest, I wasn't entirely sure how this was gonna pan out. I was hoping there'd be an opportunity for me just to get by him nice and clean. Uh, I'm not entirely sure if the etiquette is there, especially at the end of the day, it's a race. But we'll see. Typically, a guy can allow the faster racer to go, but it's not always the case.
Yep. So it looks like Jason does make the pass on John as he heads down the front straightaway towards the starting line, towards lap 9 here with just over 10 minutes left in this race. Jason will post a 150, one of the slowest of the night, but still putting ground in between him and Jim. Jim and Tim now are neck and neck here, as Tim will look to pass.
And Tim has covered some ground here with another 148.
148.015, almost 147, Jason.
Yeah,
So Tim is really flying here as they go too wide for the turn. Tim now in second, Jim back to third, as these guys have been battling for much of this race here as they head into the NASCAR bend and towards the snake.
Yeah, Pete, I can tell you, I remember hearing those fastest laps come up on my screen, and a little bit of me was getting worried because I was slowing down, and I could sense that Tim was a good racer, and he was clearly coming for me. He wanted that first place finish.
Yeah, both those guys racing very hard here. Tim especially with very quick laps as Jason heads towards the roller coaster here. They'll head down the roller coaster towards turn 17, the final turn, as we have 8 minutes 45 seconds left in this race, as Tim will look to make some moves and make something happen here, trying to get up to Jason with 8 minutes 30 seconds left. Jason now into the front straightaway. He's hitting the starting line here for lap 10. He'll post a 151.232, so he has gotten a little slower as the race has moved on. We'll see if Tim can get some quick laps here and hope for a mess up or a spill from Jason as he'll head into the NASCAR bend. We're looking at Bryce now back and forth by himself here. He's just looking to continue to race hard and try to make up as much ground as he can to get a little momentum for next week. As Tim and Jim are still battling for second and third now. As Bryce will hit the starting line here.
Yeah, and
Taking a
I
look
must have
now at
missed it.
Jason.
Pete, I think I missed it. Looks like Tim dropped back to third. Did we see some position change there?
We might have. We must have missed that. As Jason heads into the oak tree turn here. Yeah, now there's a little bit of distance between Jim and Tim, so we must have missed it. I don't know if Tim got a little loose or if there was some bump. We did not see it, but Jim definitely moved up a spot here as he heads into the oak turn. As we take a look at John way back in fifth. Jason into the roller coaster. Firmly in first place is where he's been all race long here. He got out to a good start and has continued to hold it as he'll hit the 17th and final turn, moving into the front straightaway. We got Jason in first, Jim's in second, Tim's in third, Bryson in fourth, John way back in fifth, as Jason will hit the starting line for lap 11 here. He posted 150.386, so quicker than the previous two laps, but he'll want to try to get down to 140s as he heads into the NASCAR bend here. Does have a very big lead, so maybe doesn't need to push it as much. No need to... Ooh, as Bryce will get a little loose here into the grass, coming in a little too hot, I think. as he moves into the front stretch. Jason still very much in first place as he gained 2 seconds that lap over Jim. Tim will look to come back and get second again. He's done it a couple times now, and Jim has got it back. Let's take a look now at Jason here in first place. He's firmly up there past the oak tree turn into the back straightaway. He's looking for his first place finish of the season. He's came in second both weeks. Last week came down to the final straightaway where he came out of the final turn in first, but John got the best of him and ended up in first place. As Jason heads down the roller coaster here, big lead. Tim and Jim here are going to battle it out again as we take a look as they head towards the roller coaster.
Yeah, I think we're in for a treat here, Pete. Tim has been relentless chasing for the second position.
Yeah, yes, he has.
Oh, it looks like we might have lost control there. We might have lost Tim.
Oh, no, did Tim lose control again? It looks like he did. Oh, every time Tim gets up there, something goes awry.
Yeah.
And he'll go way back now into third.
Yeah, you know, you almost got a feel for him. It's his first appearance here. You know, he's probably not 100% confident in that Lambo either. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see if he can battle back, show up, and chop his way back towards the top.
Yeah, there's just over 4 minutes left, so it's going to be very tough, but you never know. He's run some really quick laps. When he's been on, he's been really on. As Jason will head past the snake curves towards the oak tree. Bryce right now way back in fourth. So now the field is really spread out with Jason in first, Jim in second, Tim back in third, Bryce in fourth, and John way back in fifth. John a lap down as Jason hits the back straightaway with 3 minutes 30 seconds left, so we're getting short on time. As Jason is poised to win his first race of the season here, where he's been there all race long, got out to a good start. I know that's where he really wanted to be at. Maybe avoid any contact with other cars. If you get out to a good start, all you got is racetrack in front of you, and you can focus on that. As he'll head into the front straightaway towards lap 13 with just under 3 minutes left. Jim in second, Tim in third, Bryce in fourth, John in fifth, as this field is very spread out now. We have 2 minutes 30 seconds left of this race. If you're in second, third, fourth, you're hoping for a big wreck from Jason. Somehow gets loose and can't get back on the track. If you're Jason, you just need to focus and finish this final couple laps here, as we are almost at 2 minutes left of this race. Take a look here at Jim in second. He's kind of by himself right now. Going to be almost impossible for him to catch Jason unless something catastrophic happens. As they'll head past the NASCAR bend and the snake curves, as Jason's hit the oak tree and moving around that end of the backstretch. We're going to have one more lap after this here, as Jason will head down the backstretch. Taking a look here at Tim. Gotten up there a couple times in the second, and every time either getting loose or just coming into a curve too hot, and he moves him back every time. Jason down the roller coaster here as he heads towards the final turn. We got just over a minute left. This is going to be our final lap here upcoming as Jason hits the straightaway. So we got one more lap left. White flag is out as Jason heads into turn 1. Jim far back in second, and he hits a straightaway now. Tim further back in third. Bryce in fourth, and then John, who has been lapped, is back in fifth. As they head past the NASCAR bend, and Jason is still firmly in control of this race. He just needs to finish it right now as he heads past the snake curves. Taking a look at Tim here in third as he heads past turn 1. Now we take a look at Jason as he wants to continue to finish this race as he heads into the oak tree. It looks like Bryce is kind of gaining on Tim. I don't think he'll have enough time to catch him as Jason heads down the back straightaway. Or maybe he will. Bryce right behind Tim for third as Jason heads towards the road approach. Jason's in first, John's in second, Tim is in third, Bryce is fourth, and John is fifth. And we're on our final lap.
Pete, it looks like we might have seen Jim take a spill up here. He's back on the track now.
Let's see, can Tim take advantage of that? I don't think he's going to be able to, as Jim is in the back straightaway here. Jason will come across and get the get the checkered flag. He'll finish first place for the first time this season. Just take a look at Jim here. Jim will get second. Tim will get third. And Bryce will get fourth. And John will get fifth. As we take a look at Bryce here, fighting the grass a little bit here as he looks to finish this race. He's going to be in the front stretch here in a sec. Ooh, and he'll hit the wall hard. Back on the track here as he'll look to go down the straightaway and finish the race. But Jason finishes in first place. For the first time this season, Jim in second, Tim, new this week, finishes third, John goes to fourth, and John in fifth, Bryce in fourth, John in fifth. Well, we appreciate everyone watching. We'll be back with race 4, the wild card race, where the top 2 will move on to the finale.